Hey folks, Species7 here, welcome back to the channel. Having a look at another simulator today. This is Busdriver Gold. I don't know what the difference the gold is, but there you go. And you all know the company that built this one. It was SCS Software. However, this is 5 years before they came out with Euro Truck series, and so they weren't exactly a big budget company. In fact, back then they were rather a small company. This was released, in fact, in 2007, I believe. But for all of that, it is more than playable. I run Windows 8.1, modern graphics card, etc., etc. And as you can see, seems to play just fine. You have a reasonable options menu. As you can see, you can choose your resolutions. It does include, as you can see, 1280 by 720, so it will give you a 16 by 9. All of your anti-aliasing, full screen on off, quality settings, well, defined by me because I've changed these. The controls, even though the game came out when it did, you can, by going to controller, you see, Xbox 360 for Windows, and your steering axis will come up as not assigned, your acceleration and your brake. All you do is click your stick to the left for this one and it sets it, hit the accelerator, it sets it, hit the brake, it sets it. All of the other keys you can bind to your controller through here. So, works out rather well. And then audio, even that has a reasonable number of sliders. So, there you go. Let's go back and let's jump into the first scenario, shall we? And our first one is, and I have actually done it just to make sure the game would run. I don't yet know if it will record. But the first scenario is just simply to pick up a bunch of kids and take them to the pool at the local sports center. And we start off with, surprisingly enough, a school bus. Now, the way this game works is you get points and penalties. Points you get for doing things right, like using your signal lights when you change lanes, those sort of things. Penalty points you get for doing things wrong, like speeding, not using signal lights, and more fussy things like you don't want to brake really hard and disturb your passengers. You don't want to just mash your gas pedal, or corner really sharply, or basically anything that's going to toss your passengers around like a bunch of ping pong balls. Now, although I have had this happen in real life on buses, apparently the game frowns upon it. It has dynamic weather, it has a fairly large map, and although the first route is really simple, they do get quite a bit more complex, and you do have a time schedule. Your first trip you really don't. So, I will, without further ado, get to the part you guys wanted to see, which is the actual gameplay. Grab my 360 controller, because any sort of driving game, and I'll just press the A button, is better. Now, you do have inside view. The problem with it is, you cannot turn your head. This was sort of in the era when nobody actually had a neck that worked. That didn't come out till like 2008. But anyway, so you're probably better off, at least when you're going to make approaches to intersections, etc., to stay with your outside view. Remember to brake very slowly. Always use signal lights, which also pop up the mirrors on that side. Ooh. Oh my, I went well out of my lane. It handles kind of like a bus, you know? Let's signal to pull into this lane. And in a way, that's okay, because it is, after all, a bus. And we will come to our first stop. Now, although I don't have yet passengers, you do want to be very careful. Then you simply, oop, that's not the one, open your doors, and it will show passengers loading. We picked up 5, 6, and it shows there's no more waiting. We can close our door, we can signal, And we can pull out. See, bonus 100 points for signaling properly. Now, they do not have self-canceling signals. It kind of handles like a bus. You know, to be honest with you, we don't want to be going too quick either. Alright, now this stop is of no importance to us. Let's get back into this lane. Oh, I just ran a red light. Oops. And as you see, it gave me a 200-point penalty. So, not so good. Now, the point penalties don't actually show up till the game's finished. I'm not sure why. Alright, let's load on some more customers. Oh, there we go. We get points good to the good for coming in. Alright, everybody's on. We now have 18 passengers. We can close our door. Give a proper signal. You'll notice all the traffic stops. Good for them. Now. Oh, and that looks to be the end of our route. So, we signal. We pull in. Should probably start slowing down. And like I said, if you jam the brakes too hard, your customers will get pretty upset about the whole thing. Open up the doors, unload our 18 passengers, and that will actually finish the scenario. There we go. So, duty accomplished. Transported 20 passengers, on time bonus, 320, driving bonus, we got 8, we got 1 penalty, unfortunately, and I did not beat my old score, because this penalty was far more severe. The last time I actually braked too hard, and that only gave me minus 100. So, you can, at that point, enter what you thought of it, or anything else. Click enter, and it ends the scenario. There we go. And you can go back, and after a very quick loading screen, you can move on to your next scenario. So there you go. That's basically the way it works. As I said, we can move on to this one. Bus 42 goes through the center of the West Side Quarter where workers can admire it from their skyscraper offices. Stop in perfect position at each bus stop for bonus points. So they do add a little bit to it each time. And you can see there's 6 different tiers of buses. This is just our tier 1 buses. And we get all these in tier 2. Of course, they're locked. All these tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, including double-decker, I see came in that one. Alright, up to tier 6. So you get quite a lot of unlockables. This gives you an indicator of this is a direct route. It's not a turnaround full type turning route. Here's an indicator of your weather. Although it is only 3 degrees Fahrenheit, it is a sunny day. And you are driving in a rural area. As if you switch over to the next one, as you can see, we're in the city. Right. We have a daytime route. I'm not sure what that one actually, because it's not the symbol I was expecting. But, and again, you have your weather. So that's the basic gists of the game. And it's fairly casual, but it has one other really, really big plus going for it. The Freight Tycoon game that I featured very recently was about a $4 game. Occasionally you can find it for about $2. Well worth the money. This game I picked up for $2, and I've seen it for $1 or less. And it plays on modern machines without going to third-party websites to find all kinds of weird files that you need to change or anything like that. It plays right out of the box, acceptable resolutions, maybe not the prettiest graphics, but for 2006, hey, not bad. So that's been our quick look at Busdriver. I will likely do another video or two just to show you how it progresses. But I think until then, hope you all enjoyed. This has been Species7 having a look at SCS Software's early driving game, Busdriver Gold. So, till next time, guys, take care of each other. Leave a like, leave a comment. Help support the channel, it would be appreciated. Ciao for now.